And everybody threw a strike all at the same time. The pile tipped over. Today on In the Woodyard, we got a delivery and then we're going on a road trip and trimming some trees. Here we go. So first thing this morning, I've got a delivery and it is for a face cord or third of a cord, pickup load, however you want to say it. They all work. For cherry. The problem is I'm just about out of cherry. I don't have a face cord left. I have maybe half, 3/4. So I told the customer I only have a little bit left because that's what they always get. And I said I could finish off the rest of what they want with some mixed hardwood, and they said that's perfectly fine. So I've got a little bit of stuff that's dry, ready to go that I'm going to mix in with it. So I'm just about out of dry wood that's below 20%. Now the big, huge piles that I made, the big stacks I made, they're kind of behind the camera. I'll show you those in a little bit. I tested them yesterday, and they are right around 20%. Some of the pieces I tested were 18, 19%. Some of them were 20, some were 21, some were 22. A couple pieces of elm were like 23, 24. But it's mostly ash, and it's getting dry really fast. So I think within a month it's going to be good. So I might have a little period here of time where I'll tell people, can you wait a week or 2 or 3? Because I really don't want to sell them wood that's not ready to go. I mean, it would burn. It probably would be fine. I think if I told people just flat out, you know, this stuff is really close to being ready. It'll burn, but not as good as it should. Probably be okay. And then I'm going to get some wood also, maybe taking the trailer with me on my road trip. Now I'm going to be going to my dad's place. We're going to trim, my brother and I are going to trim Christmas trees. He's got, I don't know, 500 or so that I planted 6-7 years ago, so they need to be trimmed again, and we haven't done it in a while. So I think it's been a year since we trimmed them. We usually trim them every year, so that needs to get done. And then on the road trip, I'm also going to be going to my brother's, and he's got some trees down that he wants cut up. I think he said he's got like 6 or 7 oak trees that are down that we're going to cut up. So the next couple days are going to be at my brother Eric's. We're going to go do some work there. So we're going to load some wood right now. So there it is. The load of wood is in. The cat jumped in right when I was loading it here. I finished off by putting just a little bit of this new stuff here. Well, I shouldn't say new. It's a year-old wood, but it just first got stacked a couple months ago now. And I did a test on it, and this ironwood, which is right here, was 17%, so that's good. And then some of this ash without the bark, I tested that, and that was 16, 17%. And I tested a couple pieces of maple and a couple pieces of elm, and that was like 21, 22%. So I just picked out the ash out of the pile. Now, the reason I came over here is because I didn't have quite enough from the other piles, and I got all the cherry that there was, and then a little bit of birch, and there was a little bit of ash, and so I filled up pretty much what I needed, but I needed just a little bit more. And the other reason I came over here is this is the wood I wanted to check out to see how close it was as far as, you know, being ready to burn. And I think it's there. I mean, I'll be able to sell it now real soon. I think now, actually. And then the other reason I came over here, I wanted to show you what happened. We had a tragedy in the Woodyard. Yesterday I was here working, and I heard it sounded like I was in a 20-lane bowling alley, and everybody threw a strike all at the same time. The pile tipped over. Because this faces south over here, the sun hits this, and this is a real soft spot here. The pallet started sagging. I saw it was sagging. I should have put a brace against it like I did that one over there, and I didn't. I should have put a pallet just like that, and it would have held it. Because as these piles are drying and shrinking, and the ground is thawing, because it's been freezing and thawing constantly, so this corner fell down, which is no big deal because we got pallets right over here, so we'll just stack it right over here and get this off the ground. But anyway, we had a crash. So now we're gonna go deliver this load of wood. The wood has been delivered, it is out, and what I do for a lot of times for people that aren't home when I deliver, or they have me do, is I take a picture of it and then I send them a message that says, your wood is delivered, you can just pay my PayPal. Thanks, Chris. So there it is. We do that a lot. Some people will leave money in an envelope under the mat and stuff like that too, but few people like to do PayPal, so I don't have to do anything other than deliver it and let them know it's here. So there it is. Now we're going on a road trip. Had to stop and see my Uncle Ben. He's a good guy. Down the road we go. So I'm now at my dad's property, and this, obviously, you know Ken, is my brother Eric. You've seen him before too. And he's got Christmas trees that he's sold over the years. He's used to sell lots of them, and now it's down to just, I don't know.
I think there's 500 here.
There's more over there.
Yeah. But all of these trees came from Kenny's first
My
woodyard.
woodyard, actually. Yeah,
we dug them up along the edge of his woodyard.
How many years ago was that?
It's got to be 7 years ago.
Yeah, we dug these all up at my other.
And they were all little bitty,
Yeah, they were little.
tiny little ones.
Some of them really took off.
Yeah, they're doing pretty darn good.
Some of them were bigger, but there was a lot of little. I mean, they were like this big.
Yeah,
Some that are still that size.
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of little
They
ones.
just ain't going.
They'll grow eventually. So anyway, we're going to do some trimming. So that's what you're going to see right now. Trimming Christmas trees. Balsams.
Balsams.
Okay, plug me in.
That's a pretty high-tech switch you got there.
Yeah, there's a little switch.
It is what it is.
Nice and quiet.
Yeah, this is super quiet. That one is not quiet.
No. Very pretty.
Yep.
That's kind of a skanky looking one there.
That's a thin one.
So this has got the two tops. If you look over here, or around this side, you can see where we cut this top last year, right there. This is how much it grew just this year. But you don't want two tops, so I'm gonna take one of them off, and then we're gonna cut part of this one so that it takes off again. So Basically, last year right down here, that's how much it grew, so it's a good 18 inches or so. Now I'm going to take this one off and then cut this one about halfway.
Well, quieter over here.
Way quieter.
Way quieter over here.
But that thing's pretty dang fast.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You got to kick everything this way. He's kind of going kitty corner over there.
Yeah.
So.
It widens out like that. Starting to take shape to him now.
Yeah. You got one over here too.
That's the top on that one. Don't buy that one.
Well, I'll give that a couple extra years. They're pretty small yet anyways.
They'll take off, yeah.
Well, another 5 years though, there's really some nice trees in there.
Yeah. That one is almost a tree already.
Yeah, there's one out of, what was it, 400 trees you planted?
I think there's 500 here.
Got one back here, man. You better backtrack. I see three or four that got missed over here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's two over there.
I did that just to make you feel important.
Yeah, I gotta do something other than hold this camera. It's kind of boring just standing here with the camera.
safe time to do it. Dad usually gets hit with hornets in the summertime.
Yeah.
double going here. We only want one, so this whole chunk's going to get trimmed out. That's the triple, so we're going to leave the middle one.
middle one. Everybody's sick. People are throwing up right now.
And actually a two. Almost. Almost a Christmas tree. Pretty cool. I'd get that off of there.
Yeah. Branching up, coming back across the top.
Off right there.
Yep.
It's got kind of some weird stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
cut that thing right on.
Yeah, I've been taking all the white pine out.
Yeah, I would too.
Going close on this one. See how the color on this is real light?
It's pretty
Compared
sick.
to this one?
This is a sick looking tree.
This one needs fertilizer. This one's a little healthy. You want it to be darker green.
Yeah, you want darker. Well, all of these over here are pretty light.
Yeah, over here, I don't think Dad took care of these as well. He might not have watered these as much, and he
Right.
might not have, on this patch here, he might not have watered or fertilized.
Right.
It's kind of outside here, but those look much healthier over
Yes,
there.
they do. These look sickly.
Yeah, well, we're gonna cut them down a little bit.
Why'd you cut that down? Explain to the folks.
It grows 5 times faster than that, and it'll overtake it and kill that one off. So
Right. We'll have a balance spot on this side of that tree if you don't take that little white pine out.
white pines grow so fast. They'll probably still come back and take that one over.
Maybe. You should have got that top a little better on that one.
I'm sweating. Oh yeah. Finish that up.
It's got two long ones. It's got two long ones here.
Yeah. Sloppy.
There you go. Sloppy workmanship.
Sloppy,
Recorded that.
sloppy.
Chris did that one. He missed that one too. See that?
These aren't real healthy trees, so I don't want to butcher them too much.
Yeah, you can't take too much.
Okay. Okay, so we just finished, and we only trimmed maybe 1/3 of them because a couple days ago Eric trimmed about 2/3 of them or something like that. So it took us a half hour to do maybe 150 trees. Doesn't take too long once you get going. I think last year when we trimmed, we counted the trees and how much time it took us. We figure we can do easily 100 trees an hour. So if you got 2 guys, 500 trees, a couple hours, you got them done. And if you go fast as you can go as fast as you want. I'm sweating right now. I got sweat running down my back, so I'm toasty hot.
You got a wet thong?
Got a wet thong right now. I'm gonna have to change it. I'm gonna put my leopard skin one on and get the Husqvarna one off. So yeah, this is just a consumer grade. It's the 122 HD 45, whatever that means. I don't know. It's 100. Well, so I think it's 22 cc's. That's just my guess. I don't even know. I don't know. It wasn't that expensive. You don't need much for trimming trees, really. And so we trim every year just to shape them up. And our dad has had this Christmas tree farm now for something like
40 years.
Well, he started planting trees just before he retired.
More than 40 years because I'm going to be 60.
When I was in high school, I started planting. Yeah, I planted a lot of these pines in here, the bigger ones.
He started out with Scotch pine, which are junk.
Yep.
Then they kind of took off and got away. We cut a bunch of them out, and then we started over with balsam. So.
Yeah, and at one time, I think he had like 20 acres. And you can get between 1,000 and 1,100 trees per acre on average. I mean, you can squeeze them in tighter, but 1,000 is pretty comfortable. So for those of you, if you're thinking of doing Christmas trees, here's a little math for you. Say you got just 10 acres, you put 1,000 trees per acre, you got 10,000 trees. And in a matter of, it's about 8-9 years right in there, you're harvesting trees. Each tree sells for $40. So if you got 10,000 trees at 40 bucks a piece, you can make some serious money with Christmas trees. That's what our dad did in his retirement, basically. He made a full-time income just with Christmas trees for the last 30 years, because he's 85 now, is that right?
84.
84?
He just turned 84 last
Yeah,
week.
so for 30 years, this is all he's been doing, and he makes enough money to basically live on just Christmas trees, part-time. And he waters them a little bit, fertilizes them a little bit, but all balsam is what we got here, so.
This is real sandy ground here, but
yep.
Just over that hill, you can see that gap in the trees. There's a big pond. There's a 7-acre pond back there, 12 feet.
Well, there's a 2-acre pond, or there's a 1-acre pond.
Another pond back over there.
And then a 7-acre pond.
And he's got enough hose and pumps and stuff to pump that water a long way.
And then way back over on the other side, he's got another, well, there's 2 more ponds. Well, one really.
Yeah.
One pond over there, that's probably a 1/2 acre.
Well, that one that I dug out back, way back.
Yeah, and he can water from that end too. So, and he's got pumps, that just gas pumps that he can pump the water out. And so I'm going to show you here kind of what I did. Right here, there was a whole bunch of aspens or popple trees growing up all around these. So whenever you're walking around, you see, like here, I trimmed this bunch off right here, you can see. So you're walking around, you just trim these off, and I knock these down over here. So you want them to get as much sun as you can get. And so there you go, we trimmed the trees. That's it for today, folks. Poke the buttons. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. with another video. Tomorrow, which is going to happen right now for us, we're going to go cut some wood. So come on back. Kenny's here. Eric's here. We're going to make some chainsaw scream. We're going to cut some firewood. See you tomorrow. Good night, Irene.